You won't believe how a quiet little orchard in my backyard turned into the ultimate showdown with the neighborhood HOA, and trust me, it wasn't because I planted too many apples. It all started when Karen from the HOA committee dropped by, clipboard in hand, ready to enforce some arbitrary rule that no one had ever mentioned before. Suddenly, my peaceful retreat felt less like a sanctuary and more like a battlefield. But here's the twist: what happened next wasn't just about a stubborn homeowner or an overzealous HOA. It was a wild chain reaction that changed everything, and I had a plan brewing from day one. Picture this: a quaint neighborhood where everyone knows everyone, and my orchard stood out like a green jewel amid cookie-cutter lawns. Enter the antagonist, Karen, the self-appointed rule keeper who seemed determined to snip every branch of my happiness. Her first move? A formal warning about excessive foliage blocking the sidewalk. "You'll need to trim that down," she said with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. The tension was subtle at first: polite reminders, veiled threats, a suspicious inspection that seemed more like a power play. I thought maybe it was just a one-time thing until the fines started arriving. That was just the beginning. From fines for unauthorized planting to mysterious sabotage, one day I found my irrigation system deliberately cut. The absurdity grew like wild vines: anonymous notes, a neighbor reporting me for excessive noise. Hello? It's an orchard, not a rock concert. And even threats that felt straight out of a sitcom. At times I was shocked, at others I laughed through the ridiculousness. But beneath the humor was anxiety. How far would this go? Small wins kept me going, like getting one fine overturned, but losses piled up too. The tension was palpable. I knew I couldn't just sit back and take it. I started plotting, quietly but determinedly. The next move would be mine, and it would change the game. I decided it was time to flip the script. First, I gathered every rule, every vague clause the HOA used against me, and found their loopholes. I reached out to neighbors who quietly supported me but feared retaliation. Then came the symbolic move: a big, bold sign at the orchard's edge. "Nature grows here, not bureaucracy." It was more than a message. It was a statement. I meticulously documented every unfair interaction, every threat, creating a dossier that made Karen's power look shaky. Calm confidence replaced anxiety. Slowly, cracks began to show. Other neighbors started questioning Karen's motives. The HOA board meetings grew tense, and whispers of revolt spread. The orchard wasn't just my haven anymore. It was the battleground for fairness. The climax? Oh, it was cinematic. During a heated HOA meeting,